Hi folks, Nigel from Ambling Trails. So today you find me in the Lake District again, and of course I'm trying to do a walk, and this time it's around Rydal Water and Grasmere. So the lake you see down here is actually Rydal Water. At the moment we're on the western side of the lake and we're going to head in a northerly direction to Grasmere. Go into the village itself, have a cup of coffee, and then we're going to kind of wander back on the eastern shore. Right, it's pretty cold and windy, so I need to keep moving. So as you come this way, you will see off to your left what is sometimes referred to as Rydal Lower Caves. Now you could explore in there, but it is a bit more difficult to get to. But in actual fact, the bigger caves, the one we're really interested in, are a little bit further along the track. So under that mound of rock there we're going to find the caves. We just need to carry on a little bit further up this track to go round. So these caves, which have got a great echo, actually were in operation about 200 years ago, and it was mainly used for producing slate for roofing. So all the local housing and towns and villages nearby generally have slating that's come from Rydal Caves. Right, let's echo in. Let's get walking. Oh, first of all, I have to go back and navigate the stepping stones out of the way. Otherwise I'll get a bit wet. So I hope you enjoyed Rydal Caves. Wordsworth actually said you get the population of Ambleside into those caves. They are pretty big, to say the least. Okay, we're now gonna carry on overlooking Rydal Water, but we're heading towards Grasmere now. In the distance you will see Rydal Water. We're actually coming to the end of it now, and then over in this direction it's connected to Grasmere by the River Rothay. So we're going on this path now, over here to the left, and up there, just kind of on the brow where those people are. Yeah, when you get to this point you have a bit of a choice. Kind of take the ridge line over that way, and it's provides a good overview of Grasmere Lake below. Or we can do as I'm choosing to do today, which is kind of go down this path here, which will take you along the shoreline. We will, after about halfway, get back up a bit, but not as high as this particular path. So, down we go. So down below you can possibly hear and certainly see the River Rothay, and that connects from Rydal Water where we've just been, and as we follow it, it will take us to Grasmere. So you can see Grasmere village on the other side of the lake now, and we're going to go around this corner of the lake, and the path that we're currently on now heads up to the road just where that house is there. So as you can see, we're now on the road, which is the approach road to Grasmere. So we're just on the outskirts of the village, but we shall go into Grasmere, have a little look round, and then grab a coffee hopefully. Well, just spotted that post box there. It's a Victorian post box, which are relatively rare. Yeah, not looking its best at the moment, but it's going to survive another couple of 100 years or more. It needs looking after. So behind me you see the road that I've travelled from Grasmere, and I'm now heading towards Rydal village. We've crossed the major road and we're going along what is called the Coffin road, which would have been used for transferring coffins between Rydal and Grasmere, as there was no consecrated church at Rydal. So here you can see that off to the left is the Wordsworth Museum, and then off to the right is the road which we're going down, which will take us past Duff Cottage, where Wordsworth did live for some time. Mind your head. Oh. So as you can see, Rydal Water's down below, and we're still on the path heading towards Rydal village. So we've been walking along the eastern side of Rydal Water, and now we're heading in that direction, so back down to the south end, and we're going to descend the side of the hill now into Rydal itself, but particularly we're aiming for Rydal Mount, which is where Wordsworth spent 37 years of his life, and then on to Rydal Hall as well, and where we'll find the waterfall. So come guys, let's go. So often people think of Duff Cottage as being where William Wordsworth actually lived, which he did, but he spent more of his life here. And in fact it says here 37 years. And interestingly, the house is owned by the direct descendants of the poet and remains a family home. From Rydal Mount, we just come round here. Just near, in fact, where that runner's actually going. So we can go around the the gardens of Rydal Hall, and apparently there's a waterfall we can look at as well. It's amazing how innocent this looks. Just wait until the door opens. So this grotto was actually built in 1668, and apparently the panelling and the windows cost more than the building itself. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed the walk around Rydal Water and Grasmere. I certainly have. I do appreciate your company, so hopefully you'll join me on the next one. Bye for now.